Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Teran Kirksey from WFMY News 2 and I'm your MC for this year's virtual 40th annual Greater Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk. I know things are a bit different this year, but we couldn't miss the opportunity to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this event. Can you believe this walk has been helping fight hunger for 40 years? Please join me in congratulating the Greater Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk. Let me share something with you about how much this walk has impacted our community and the world. The walk has raised over $5.8 million in 39 years to alleviate hunger and food insecurity. That's incredible. The funds raised help the partnering agencies for this event, Greensboro Urban Ministry and Church World Service. Locally, Greensboro Urban Ministry's Potter's House Community Kitchen utilizes funds raised to provide meals at lunchtime for anyone in our community in need of a meal. Church World Services utilizes the funds to support efforts globally to provide sustainable responses to hunger, poverty, displacement, and disaster. This year, we're honoring the 40 years of the event with a very special theme. Believe there is good in the world, which includes the message, be the good. In a time where there are so many individuals and families struggling during the health crisis, we are thankful for all the supporters of this year's walk event who are giving hope to those facing hunger and food insecurity. I'd like to introduce you to a group of people who make the walk event possible each year. Let's check in with this year's Crop Walk Steering Committee members who are preparing for their team walk.
We're the Greater Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk Committee, and we want to say thank you for supporting this year's walk. We're celebrating 40 years, and today I have my committee members with me, along with pictures of those who couldn't be with us today, and we're getting ready for our walk. So we're stretching, and join us soon as we have some fun today walking.
And we would like to say a special thank you to our sponsors and the people in the Greater Greensboro area for all that you do to make this happen.
Thank you, Greater Greensboro. As we celebrate our 40th year for the Crop Hunger Walk, we would like to thank you for supporting us throughout the years. We're making a difference here in Greater Greensboro and throughout the world.
Thank you for helping us end hunger in our community and all over the world.
And remember that 25% of the funds raised come right back here to Urban Ministry.
Thank you for supporting the 40th year of our Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk. Yay!
Now we're going to start stretching and we'll see you soon.
So let's talk for a minute about how important sponsors are to events. The Greater Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk has many generous sponsors, with many being longtime sponsors of the event. Let's take a moment to recognize all of this year's sponsors. Crop Hunger Walk supporters, this year your support of the Crop Walk is more important than ever. The pandemic continues to impact many individuals and families who are experiencing reduced work hours and job losses, creating lack of funds to purchase much needed necessities such as food. Today, by supporting the Crop Hunger Walk, you are making an impact when you multiply your power as one person into making a difference in the world. Listen as this year's Crop Walk Planning Committee Chair Alyssa Judd and Planning Committee member Mary Bell Gilbert explain the importance of the Crop Walk to each of them.
Hi, my name is Elisa, and I would like to share why the Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk is important to me. 48.1 million people in the U.S. live in a food insecure household. That's more than the combined population of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. The Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk doesn't just give food to a family, but it teaches them how to grow, harvest, and sell food to create an income. Our gifts don't just help a family out once, but it creates a hunger solution that can last a lifetime. Please join us in our fight to fight hunger both locally and globally.
Hello, I am Mary Bell Gilbert. It is exciting that we are going to celebrate the 40th Greater Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk this year. Because of COVID-19, our 2020 walk on Sunday, October the 4th will be a virtual walk. The crop walk is dear to me. I walk in memory of my parents, the Reverend J. Doane Stott and Florbell Stott, who started the Greater Greensboro Crop Walk 40 years ago. Mother and Dad met at Duke and served as missionaries in Japan. My brother and I were born in Japan. Our family returned to eastern North Carolina, where Dad served rural and small town Methodist churches. Their connection to crop began in the 1940s when he directed a clothing and food campaign in 10 counties for refugees in Europe following World War II. That was the first crop campaign in North Carolina. When they moved to Greensboro, he was asked to conduct the survey to determine the need for an inner-city ministry. He was one of the first volunteers to ride the inner-city ministry bus to help seniors with their packages. Now it's Greensboro Urban Ministry. Daddy walked in the crop walk through his 89th birthday, and when he couldn't finish, a friend, Emerson Spivey, finished it for him. Mother participated through her 99th birthday by being pushed in her wheelchair in the Friends Home Guilford Walk, which she founded. Together, they raised tens of thousands of dollars for crop. 25% of the funds raised remain in Greensboro to help feed over 400 hungry people every day at Greensboro Urban Ministry. 75% goes to Church World Service, whose mission is to transform communities around the globe through just and sustainable responses to hunger, poverty, displacement, and disaster. I'm sure they're in Louisiana right now. Join us for this exciting way to make a difference here and around the world through our 40th anniversary crop walk. Walk and give.
Thank you, Alyssa and Mary Bell, for sharing your messages. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the representatives of the two partner agencies that benefit from the walk. First, we have Roberta McCauley, Congregational and Community Engagement Specialist, Church World Services, who will be sharing a message about how your support helps globally.
Hello, Greensboro Crop Hunger Walkers. I'm Roberta McCauley, and I serve as Community Engagement Manager with Church World Service. This year, you're celebrating a special walk anniversary, 40 years of participating in the Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk. On behalf of Church World Service, I'd like to say thank you to each of you for supporting the walk through your participation and through your donations. While the pandemic has paused a lot of our daily activities, it has not paused hunger. Your support helps families know they're not alone. When you walk and you give, you help to ensure that families who come to the door at Greensboro Urban Ministry have access to nutritious food. For families who are trying to stretch their budgets, you're giving them a lifeline. Access to food and clean water should be a basic human right. Your participation in the Greensboro Crop Hunger Walk also helps to ensure that our neighbors around the world and around the country have access to food to nourish their bodies and clean water to drink, to cook, and to maintain good hygiene. We can and we will end world hunger. Thank you for joining us this year as we walk virtually. Walk where you feel happy and have fun.
Thank you, Roberta. Now let's hear a special message from the Reverend Myron Wilkins, President and Executive Director of Greensboro Urban Ministry, on how your support helps our neighbors right here in the Greensboro community.
Hello, this is Myron Wilkins from Greensboro Urban Ministry. I'm so glad that you'll be joining us for this year's annual Crop Walk. 40 years of Crop Walk here in Greensboro, and we are just so honored as a ministry to be part of this great history. For many of you, we've been dealing with the challenges of COVID-19, the pandemic, and by the fact that I'm on video right now shows some of the major changes we all have had to make to go virtual with many things. But I'm so glad that in partnership with Church World Services, we're continuing this tradition of the Crop Walk, the Crop Hunger Walk here in Greensboro. Because although we're all dealing with the pandemic and we're trying to find ways to meet the growing need for people, the reality is that the virus does not discriminate. There are still people who may be impacted by the coronavirus, but there's still many people here in our community and around the world that are experiencing hunger and don't have access to healthy, nutritious food. And while we need to fight the pandemic, we need not to get off the front lines of fighting hunger. Hunger is a problem that worldwide we can solve, and certainly we are making great strides here in Greensboro to do that. So we want to thank all of you who are participating this year. We thank you for giving your time. We thank you for giving your enthusiasm. We thank our team of volunteers who have been working so hard to make this a success. And we're hoping not just for financial success, but we're hoping for awareness to be raised and for this issue of hunger to stay on the front of the minds and hearts of all of us. Because one child going to bed hungry tonight is one child too many. So we thank you for your participating in this year's Crop Hunger Walk, and we pray blessings for you and your family and your teams as you partner with us and Church World Service to end hunger locally and globally. God bless you.
Walkers, even though we can't walk together today, we can still have some of the traditions you would see at the traditional walk event. First, let's hear from the Walk Route cheerleaders from the Sigma Kappa Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, who are cheering in support of this year's walk.
Hello, Greater Greensboro.
Hello, I'm Amy Young.
And I am Leslie McLean. We are members of the Sigma Kappa Omega chapter of
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
And we are excited to sponsor the Greater Greensboro Crop Walk for Hunger this year, celebrating 40 years. Did you know, according to the World Health Organization, more than 820 million people are hungry globally?
And according to the Food Research and Action Center, children who experience food insecurity are at a higher risk of developing asthma, struggling with anxiety or depression, and performing poorly in school or physical activities.
So let's stomp out world hunger one step at a time, impacting the community both locally and globally.
STOMP, we can end world hunger, can't you see? STOMP, let's walk a little further, you and me.
Another tradition at each year's walk is that we gather together before the walk begins to say the Crop Hunger Walk prayer. Please join me in saying the Crop Hunger Walk prayer. For food in a world where many walk in hunger. For faith in a world where many walk in fear. For friends in a world where many walk alone. We give you thanks, O Lord. Amen. Thanks again for joining the program today. Walkers, it's almost time. Let's check in one more time with our Walks Steering Committee to see who's ready to walk.
So we're all stretched and ready to go for our walk, and we just want to say thank you again for joining us today.
And this year's theme is Believe There is Good in the World.
Be the good!
Walk through the halls today, feeling solo and I cannot wait. Need you right now, but you don't hear me. I move along. Met a man in the streets. This is the end, he says to me. I need a friend to help me, please. I move along. Sat near a girl without a home. To any moment, she's all alone. Give me a chance, I'll prove you wrong. I move along. Look to me, my son, you're not watching, I'm right beside you. Open your eyes and see, I am everyone, you're a part of me. Pour out your light and your love, and show me that you believe. A promise I made, a promise I'll keep, a new beginning, so rise to your feet. I hear your cries, we'll find a way. Together we move along today. Come inside and wash your hands. I'll show you a man, he is my friend. Together we'll write a brand new song, and they will all sing along. Look to me, my son, now you're watching, I'm right beside you. Open your eyes and see, I am everyone, you're a part of me. Pour out your light and your love, and show me that you believe. Look to me, my son. Look to me, my son. Look to me, my son. Oh, look to me, my son. Look to me, my son. Look to me, won't you look to me? Look to me, my son. Now you're watching, I'm right